Hey guys, it's me Dragon, and today's video about Furina preparation guide. So this time as usual, I will discuss about the kit, how it works, the material, my opinion about this character, and also about the build, the team, and something like that though. I'm very apologize because this video is kinda late than usual because they post this one also late because I always wait this first before I make the preparation guide. So yeah, I apologize, but let's get started. So as usual, we read the first sentence of the character, so we kinda know what is from the developer want to do about this character though. And also the overview of course. And by the way, this is very ridiculous chibi. And in here, they say that Furina is a character who makes use of the entire party HP to unleash attack. So in very short form that they say, Furina is kinda like utilize party HP to deal more damage though. So it's kinda like we playing with HP to deal damage. They didn't say the role, this is kinda ambiguous, but we will playing a lot with HP to deal damage. Just a very brief discussion about the material. Basically the material that you need, usually the stone. This is brand new material. For sure this is the brand new area that they really tease in 4.2. This is the from Whooper Flower. This is for sure for the new world boss. The Hydro Tulpa, if I'm not wrong the name. And this is the talent for material one. This one, the Book of Justice. This one Whooper Flower. And this one for sure from the new weekly boss Narwhal. And here all the materials that you need to gather thanks to Devil Takoyaki for make discounting. So let's move into main course or the talents itself or the kit discussion. So for the normal attack for Furina, nothing really special. It's just unique because she is Archon like usual. And then for charge attack, it's a little bit unique because in here, if you use your charge attack, it's not only like doing the normal charge attack, but it will change her arc alignment. So if you kinda know that in Fontaine usually they have either Usha and Pluma, right? But for Furina itself, she has both, like Usha and Pluma. So you can change between by using charge attack. She either can become Usha or become Pluma. And then yeah, even you already use your elemental skill, it will still change according what you have though from your elemental skill. If you have the black one, they will use the summon. If you have the white one, it will use the tower, something like that though. Okay, so we move to the elemental skill, or we can say one of the main gimmick from Furina itself, which is the name is Solitaire. I don't know if I pronounce correctly. If I'm wrong, then apologize. So basically in here, I just translate into very short form is that she will summon the Salon member or like these three creature, and it will deal AoE hydro damage with the interval that prioritizing target of active character though. So what we target first, that usually that it will prioritize, the AI will prioritize that first. Dealing hydro damage based on max HP. The scaling of Furina is in here is max HP. Don't forget HP is in Furina is very important also. Furthermore, they stay in here is that if your character have more than 50% HP, then this three creature attack or damage will be getting buff or increased though. But in the trade-off also it will consume their HP. So it's kinda like they consume the character HP but also will buff this creature damage, so kinda trade-off something like that. And also it's very depends how many character that have more than 50% of HP. If you only have one, so this is the scaling 110%. If you have of course 4, that means you will get the maximum buff which is 140% of their original damage though. So of course we want to utilize the 144%, right? That means we want 4 of us in the party to have more than 50% HP though in here, so we can get the maximum damage from this creature. But in the same time, don't forget it will drain the whole party HP. So that's the elemental skill from Usha element, but she also have another elemental skill that come from Pluma alignment itself though. So in here, she will summon the Singer of Many Waters, this tower, and this tower later will heal the active character based on Furina max HP. So this is basically works exactly the same like the Kokomi Jellyfish. It will heal the active for the on-field character on period of time. And then yeah, take notes in here that the Salon member or the Tower of the Singer of Many Waters share the same duration itself. So once you use the elemental skill and you decide to use charge attack and change between one and another, they share the same duration. It will not reset, so take notes in that though. And also if you're in this Pnuma alignment and if you're going in the water in exploration, she can walk above the water, so like Jesus. So for the elemental burst, it calls Let the People Rejoice. In here, Furina will deal AoE hydro damage based on Furina max HP. So this is just initial hit, not really important, but if you want to see, yeah, that's dealing AoE hydro damage based on max HP. And cause the party member enter the Universal Revelry state, this is the most important one. During these states, basically all the party member, whenever the HP increase or decrease, they will get fanfare point though. So one fanfare point is actually equal for 1% of max HP's any increase or decrease though. So it really kind of want you to keep increasing or decreasing your max HP though to get the fanfare point. And later this fanfare point will increase the damage and also your incoming healing bonus for your all party member though. So everyone will get like kind of damage bonus and also healing bonus in here though, based on of course fanfare point. So, and of course when the duration ends, the fanfare point also will be clear. If you're still confused, just very simple word is that whenever you use your burst and if your character like entire party max HP getting increased or decreased, your entire party dealing more damage and also heal more though when you're over in the burst state. And for the arc itself, how to trigger, it's basically very simple. Just do normal attack. It will trigger both from Uxia or Numa. Depends what you want, right? But because she can deal both of them, but just trigger normal attack, it will deal the Uxia or Numa, which is pretty convenient. So pretty much that's it about how I explain the talents for Furina itself. I hope you understand. So my impression and my opinion about Furina itself, that her kit actually pretty unique. I feel like it feels different from Xingqiu and Yelan. And if you kind of really think carefully or like kind of get the idea, actually the role of Furina itself is not really more into application itself, but more into as a buffer, because everything in here that if you consume HP, the damage will become higher. In here, even the burst, even say like if your HP going up and down, it will buff your damage and make your healing strong. It's basically just revolving around buffing and buffing damage itself though. So it's lesser become Xingqiu and Yelan. So probably maybe if you come to the expectation like, oh, I want later when Furina release, I want to treat her like Xingqiu and Yelan, then you might be disappointed. Because even from the like application itself, it's not really that good. You can see it's not really consistency, sometimes slow, sometimes fast. And we don't want to do that, especially if you want to pair like Hu Tao team in Vaporize and you only pair like Hu Tao with Furina and the only Furina is the only Hydra sub. I don't think it will perform really as good as like Hu Tao and Xingqiu itself though, because Furina not really excel in terms of application. It's not same like Xingqiu and Yelan, but she's more like buffer. Just think like very simple in Bennett itself though, but different is like Bennett is buffing attack, she is buffing like the damage itself, so probably elemental damage. So even like in Geo it can works, with Yelan it can works. So it's not like basically buffing only attack scaling, but buffing everyone. And because she's really playing a lot with HP gimmick itself, and you kind of don't want to believe that final to say in Genshin Impact for Furina itself, the one very important unit is the healer itself though. So Furina really makes different in terms of Genshin Impact. Because I really keep saying before, like, if you can dodge and or everything, you don't need healer. But if you want to pair with Furina, healer is pretty much kinda you have to get, because you want to utilize this increase or decrease HP. And also she very consumptive in terms of like consuming HP. Even from skill itself, it will if you have more than 50% HP, it will consume the entire party HP. You need healer, if not you will die or you will not get the buff. And yeah, just to give additional info, because she really hungry in terms of like this HP gimmick. If you wonder what kind of good healer unit that you can use for Furina, I have couple on that I already make a list. If I kind of miss some of them, then I'm so sorry. First that I think will be very good is also Baiju itself, because Baiju can have like good healing, also shield, and also Dendro. So she fly also Dendro, although it's kind of slow, it's pretty good. Also like Jin, because Jin can heal for everyone, like in the same time. Also for the on-field, pretty much good. Also Kokomi in general, very good. Have capability for both like healing, especially if you want to use Kokomi as an on-field. And Yaoyo still pretty good if you want to use your Yaoyo like more into on-field itself, because she can heal also from skill and the burst and healing everyone, or even like one by one, and they heal a lot though. So far, I feel that one pretty good healer. Other than that, Mika can be of honorary mention. Finally, can do something, because she can heal just by both of like everyone and also one by one. Sayu also can be like good option if you don't have Jin. So yeah, probably that's some of my list that you can consider to use. The only unfortunate part in Furina Kit is that the Pneuma Elemental Skill, which is this healing stuff in here. Because maybe some of you think, hey, actually, Furina Kit is just very amazing, can heal and deal damage in the same time. But if you kind of want to play optimally, we kind of don't want to never use this. We kind of don't want to use this unless maybe very emergency, then yeah, maybe you can do this. But in very optimal, you just kind of want to keep doing this though, because it will deal damage and it will do application. If you decide to do this, you will not get any application, you will not even deal any damage and only heal. And maybe some of you think, hey, but I can get the stack or fanfare point right from this increasing or decreasing, so this one probably useful at this. But again, it's only heal one person. From what you want in here in order to get stacked very fast or fanfare point is to heal everyone. So if only heal one by one like this, it will be very long to get stacked. And also in here, if you don't pay attention, crab itself or the crab and friends creature itself will drain everyone HP. If you heal one by one like this, how long it will take to heal everyone? It'll be very slow, and you keep changing one by one character. In the end, you just end up using for healing, and then what's the purpose then? So yeah, that's it about my opinion about Furina. Sorry if it's a little bit long because I find like her kit is pretty unique, so I kind of want to talk more. But yeah, also if you still wonder if she actually strong in terms of character, because I saw a lot of videos saying, oh, Furina is the most broken Hydro, the most OP, blah blah blah, Hydro, blah blah blah. Is it actually true? At least in my opinion, it's very hard to judge if I didn't see the number from the beta itself or data mine. So if you don't want to hear any spoiler, that just don't hear this. But yeah, technically based on that I see, I cannot show you because I'm scared I getting copyright strike. But based on the number itself, Furina seems very solid itself though, because she keep getting buff even every single week, that's very good though. I mean, they want her to become strong. But come to the point until to say she's broken, I think it's a little bit too much. Of course, they want to clickbait, right? But I think come to the broken is a little bit too much, because I don't think she will become like the case of Nahida, where she just basically the best of everything in terms of Dendro itself though. Mostly like 90% she's best in everything. But Furina itself, she's not really excellent in everything in Hydro. I already even say she cannot even compete with Xingqiu and Yelan, but she's good in other things. So Xingqiu and Yelan good in other things, Furina is good in other things aspect, which is, I would say it's a good kind of balancing character where you can make another strong character without making it broken. So I think this is fair. So she's basically still a very solid unit, very strong unit, but not as a like broken. But in the end, is she strong? Yes, she is strong, but not as a on-field like DPS, like Novelet, something like that, but more like sub-DPS that dealing damage from this creature and also buffing your entire party to become stronger. In that case, yeah, she is strong in that case. Okay, that's about the kit. Now we'll talk about the build. So let's start with the 5-star weapon for the Furina itself. Of course, the best 5-star weapon for Furina is Splendor of Tranquil Waters, because of course the signature weapon of her, and it increases critical damage, and also when your HP is increased or decreased, it will buff your elemental skill, which is pretty much what Furina needs. But the only one problem is that in her weapon doesn't have any feature of energy regeneration. Compared with Nevelet, he has one in the signature weapon itself. And I believe in Furina, because she actually very dependent on using burst and always want the burst every single time whenever it's ready. And energy recharge is actually very important for her though in terms of building though. So again, maybe if you already equip this as signature weapon, don't forget to put energy recharge on later in artifact section though. Other than that, there's a couple of solid choice that you can use. Let's say like a privileged cutter, because increased critical rate, pretty much good. HP increase, good for Furina itself. But again, the main problem with this one, there's no energy regeneration, because we kind of always want the burst. So you may consider to put some energy recharge later in artifacts. Other than that, you can use kind of lo-fi. It's also pretty much good because just critical damage and increased critical rate. That's most of it. And yeah, again, doesn't have energy regeneration. Most of these 5-star doesn't have energy regeneration, so you may always consider to put energy recharge later in artifact. Other than that, if you want to less worry about energy recharge, you can put Skyward Blade, but just for sake of energy recharge. Other effects not really that useful, but if you just don't want to suffer in energy recharge, you can try to put this Skyward. Lastly but not least is Key of Nisu, so which is, it's basically very good because everything scaling its HP, increase HP, just very good for scaling for Furina in HP, but again doesn't have any energy recharge, so reminder in. For the 4-star weapon for Furina, she has couple of the 4-star weapon that actually pretty solid for her, which is first one is Fast Turning Desire. Fast Turning Desire is actually very good because I will say before that we kind of want always to use Furina Burst on the time and whenever it's ready. So having energy recharge for the another like subset, which is actually very good, and also they have actually very good, which is increase in elemental skill damage, which is what we want to make like the Furina sound get stronger, right? And also the crit rate increased by 12%, which is actually very good in overall though. So this actually can be one of the best Furina weapon, but sadly this is already very old weapon. Some of new player will not get it, so no worries, you have couple of weapon that you can try, which is the next one is the pipe one. I don't know how to pronounce, very hard, but pretty much it's actually good just because it gives you also ER, increase your critical rate, and also will give you even more energy. That's actually pretty solid for Furina itself. And other than that, if you maybe buy Battle Pass weapon, Wolfang, pretty much a solid weapon, also gives you crit rate and buff your elemental skill, which is pretty much good also for your character. And the next one is of course that you can use the isn't from Gacha, the Dog Hand Assistant. This like AOT sword. Yeah, basically because it gives you HP percentage also, and also will give you like more elemental mastery, give more energy. It's pretty much good in overall for Furina, pretty decent at least, but again, it's gacha and I know it's kind of exclusive, so it's not really autosave quite friendly for free to play. And other than that, the last but not least that you cannot be wrong, which is Fafnir's sword. Yeah, this is actually good if you want like the burst every single time though, because this is actually one very good weapon to get energy recharge, right? So it gives you energy recharge when you hit crit, and it will gain more energy. If you can make your Fafnir's more than R3, usually it's already very good weapon. For the artifact sets for Furina, she can equip a couple of the artifact sets, but I will start with the best in general, at least if you want to use as a buffer or off-field or something like that. The best one is, of course, 4 piece of golden troops. Just because 2 piece will increase your elemental skill by 20%, 4 piece will increase another 25%. If you off-field, it even increase another 25%. So total will be 75% if you are doing elemental skill off-field though. And we know that Furina main gimmick is one of them is summoning the crab and the friend, something like that. So yeah, we kind of want to buff those summon. So you see how good in Visual, it literally buffed the Oz very strong. Yeah, you kind of want to but very strong also in the creature itself though. That's why this 4 piece actually the best one for Furina itself. But of course, if you don't have that, you can use the one that a little bit support role, which is 4 piece of Tenacity of Melanet, because 2 piece will give you HP percentage by 20%, which is makes like her HP scaling become better, of course more damage and everything, so that's good. 4 piece will give your party member increased attack, so which is good for like your team member that have like attack scaling, so that's pretty much still good for support like capabilities. But if you don't have any solid 4 piece, then you can use like combination for any 2 piece, let's say like 2 piece of Tenacity, 2 piece of Golden Troop, 2 piece of Porukasa, 2 piece of Team Stream, or even 2 piece of like HOD or Heart of Depth itself though. So yeah, any combination of 2, it's still pretty much decent. And for this one, this is for Furina onfield, but take notes in here, this is not the optimal way to play. This is only for fun. This is only for Furina fans that like to use Furina as onfielder. Then of course, you really want, then you can use the 4 piece of Hunter sets, because yeah, 2 piece not really that great. It's to really benefit Furina, but the 4 piece is basically just good because it will increase your crit rate by 36%, and Furina literally just playing with HP, so you can get this very easily. If you want to play Furina onfield, just use this though. So for artifact main set for Furina, let's start with the Sense. The Sense, we want the HP percentage just because she is scaling of HP, of course, so that's why HP will be the best. But other of some cases, let's say you have the signature weapon, then I would say signature weapon doesn't have any energy regeneration feature, then you kind of want to equip energy recharge if you feel you're still lacking of energy recharge. Let's say you equip like maybe Primordial Jade, or you equip like the signature weapon, you feel like, yeah, energy recharge still can become a solid option. For the goblet itself, this actually also very depends on what you want. If you really want to buff your entire party damage to become higher, then going for HP percentage. But if you feel like, oh, I want my summon actually getting stronger or personal damage from Furina getting stronger, then you can go for higher damage bonus. In the end, they're pretty much similar. It just depends on what your preference, more to the team than going for HP itself. But if you want for your personal damage from Furina, then go for higher damage bonus. And then for the circlet itself, it's very also depends. If you need more crit rate, going for crit rate, and if you want crit damage, then going for crit damage. But let's say you don't have any crit circle, let's say you have a very bad luck, or maybe you have a very godly roll, then you can go for HP percentage though. Let's say your roll becomes super godly, 50 CP, then yeah, you can consider for HP circle. But in general, crit still better though. For the subset for Furina itself, it's very straightforward. The prioritize that you should go is energy charge, crit damage, and following by HP percentage. And the last one for the Furina team comp, basically Furina can put in a lot in different teams. She is actually quite flexible in terms of team comp. She has a lot of variation. So of course I cannot recommend everything. So this is only some of them that I think it's interesting or maybe fun to try. So not all of them also meta though. So take notes in that. I'll start with the one that I would say semi-Archon team and Hyper Bloom or Quick Bloom, something like that. So the first one that I will put is Raiden, Nahida, Furina, and the last one, yeah, you maybe some wonder to be Zhong, but I say Furina is better with healer, so I just put healer, which is Yao Yao in here. But Yao Yao you can always change with, let's say, Kokomi, or you want to change with Baiju, but I don't have, or you want to change with Jin itself, it's still okay, but I still prefer either a Hydro or Dendro healer in here though. And other than that, you can try in Geo. I say Noel get pretty much a good buff, especially if you get like C6 Noel, then that's actually pretty good though. If you maybe Noel main something like that. just put like double Geo, double Hydro, and it will be pretty good because Furina can buff Geo. And then like Noel can have like healing capability also, so it's actually can work with Furina, and Noel we can become a good carry. It's no meta, but at least hey, it's quite fun if you're Noel main, right? When here Noel, Goro can be changed like Albedo, Zhongli, or other Geo that have to support role, of course, not like Ito. And then in here Xingqiu can be also Yelan, but I prefer Xingqiu. And then after that Furina in here. And then the next one is Hu Tao in double Hydro. So yeah, I say Furina will not work if in just one Hydro unit. So it can work with Hu Tao if you have double unit like of Hydro itself though. So you go with Hu Tao, Jin, and Furina itself. With Xingqiu, I still prefer for Hu Tao is still Xingqiu compared to Yelan, especially you don't have C2 Yelan. So something like this, it's still pretty much good team for Hu Tao. And then the next one is Never Let Team. Never Let Team, basically you can just mix and match. Basically it's just strong because your Hydro itself is strong, but I just make it in Taser, Never Let in here. So Never Let, Furina, just pretend Candy is always Furina, just don't confuse. So official, you know, always put Raiden if you want, you have Raiden. And just Jin, so you can get Swirl Lettles in here, so pretty much good in the end. I kind of like, you can put like Jin if you don't like, you don't have, you can put like Sayu, something like that. Even Mika, so it's kind of semi like freeze, although it's not super freeze, but yeah, you can try with that with Mika, because I say Mika is pretty much decent also. And then the next one is Sino with Furina. I don't think it will be the very super optimal one, but the kind of pros in here is that Sino can be on field longer because Furina skill as far as Sino is pretty long in here. So Sino can at least going for a little bit longer, although I don't think it would be super consistent. But hey, at least it's another way type for you to play Sino, but it's a little bit expensive because you need Sino, Nahida, Furina in here. And the last one, Yaoyao, actually will be better with Baiju, but because I don't have Baiju then, but Yaoyao is still a decent option at least. And the next one is Furina in Taser. So basically you can put Furina in here. Facial can change always with Yae, because they're kind of interchangeable, just depends on your preferences. With Sucrose, and then after that Kokomi in here. And the next one is Furina in Mono Hydro. I usually don't like to put in Mono Hydro, but hey, because Furina, why not just try Mono Hydro, right? So Yelan in here, Xingqiu, and then in here Furina, of course. And the last one is I prefer to put like any more character, so you will get like using the very decent, so you can reduce the elemental resistance. So I prefer to use healer, of course, right? So Jin will be the better one, I feel. But of course, if you don't like Jin, you maybe have preference either like Sayu, like Pika, but this one of course becomes semi a little bit freeze. Then sure, you can do that though. Barbara still okay, but it's more optimal, of course, with Jin though in here. And the last tip is Ayaka in freeze with Furina. Basically, it's just the same with the old Ayaka meta freeze. It's just different. I changed Kazuo with Jin itself because we say in Furina we kind of want healer. Yeah, of course, Jin will be worse in terms of card controlling, not really as good for very decent to reduce the elemental resistance compared to Kazuo, but at least he is still decent though. You can use Kokomi, but Kokomi, you cannot have a controller, you cannot use very decent to reduce the elemental resistance. At least Jin can, right? That's why I find like Jin a little bit better in here. So yeah, so pretty much that's it though about preparation guide for Furina. I already say again, Furina overall is interesting, especially in terms of the kit. I'm looking forward for it, and she is pretty much relatively strong, considered already strong. Just don't expect like super broken that she can do everything. Just don't expect also she will become another Xingqiu or Yelan, because I already say again, she is more into like buffer itself compared to giving a very good application like Xingqiu or Yelan. So don't expect in that, because if you expect like that, then you might disappoint. Don't also expect that she will become on-fielder, because she is not on-fielder, she is mostly off-fielder itself though, like support, giving like sub DPS, something like that though. So pretty much that's it though. If you like this video, feel free to hit the button and like, and I'll see you next time, and all the good luck with your pull in Furina. Bye bye.